It's a once in a lifetime find. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm just hiking, I got my backpack, we're just in the woods, and then, oh shoot, Bigfoot, big man. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
He's not carrying a knife, and so
He's carrying the strength of 1,000 men.
I'd probably get beat to shit. But bro, as long as I get it on tape, it like, because that's the thing, nobody's can't verify it, right? Probably just some hairy homeless man,
Yeah.
in the woods.
And the problem now, opposed to like the Patterson tapes or whatever they are, the ones, I'm sure you've seen it. It's the grainy film of the ape looking. So compared to now, it could be the Boy Who Cried Wolf scenario where somebody actually does see this thing and gets a video of it, but nobody's gonna believe it because they're gonna think it's AI.
Yep. AI.
No.
Anything can be AI now.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. They have so many videos floating around on AI too, like even already of like Iran bombing and stuff like that. And it's like, dude,
Yep.
like this is where like people start going crazy because they're like, oh my god, we're really at war.
Yep.
It's a fake video, dude.
Yeah, but it's so hard
to differentiate
some of the
Yeah. All you got to do, and I'm gonna tell you guys, this is a surefire way to check out if it's AI or not. Does the hand have 5 fingers? Are they doing anything weird with their hands? Probably holding a mug with 3 fingers. That ain't right.
That's actually how I prefer to hold my mug.
And it's like, rock on, dude. Tubular. Oh, yeah. AI it's cool. So we generated our own little profile picture through AI.
Yeah.
While we're messing around with AI. It's cool the things that you can do with it, but it's also like it's still full of bugs. Like there's still some kinks. When we put in prompts and stuff like that, we got to really refine it to get what we want. But but it is cool, like the knowledge and stuff like that. That's all in it. And I think we talked a little bit about on our AI episode. The more you use it, the smarter it gets.
Yeah.
So
it's also kind of scary to think about as far as the things you can do with a free Chat GPT app, opposed to like the government or something the untapped potential of what we don't even know what AI can do.
But they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, so I was talking to that girl, and she was saying that they're creating these like AIs that people are marrying. I don't know if that's real. We'll have to fact check that.
I wouldn't doubt it, to be honest.
But like, it's like that. You remember that Her movie with
I think
Joaquin Phoenix, where he falls in love with that computer?
I think so.
It's like Siri, but I mean they don't argue with you.
Yeah.
Right? So
it's true.
You got that.
What was the other one where those kids brought that robot to life? It was Peggy from it's an older
Married and Children.
Yeah, Married with Children. That she was the robot, and then she brought herself to life, and they won the house in this contest, and then I can't remember what it was though. But
there's a similar one on Netflix. I think it's a foreign show. I was really into like checking it out. It's just hard to watch those foreign stuffs because like I have subtitles even on English shows. I'm at that age, like probably happens when you turn 36. But I have subtitles on everything. But like watching the subtitles and like the dubs aren't usually pretty good. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it just sounds weird. It sounds like a voiceover. You know what I mean? But the premise of the show looked pretty cool. But it's like this family moves into this house, and it's an old abandoned house. They bought it and uncovering like secrets. Well, this robot lives there, and it's like this robot maid that knows everything about the family. It's a smart house essentially. I say it's old, but I guess it's in the future. But yeah.
Well, you said Smart House. That's the name of the movie I was thinking of. It's called Smart House.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how you pregame, buddy.
There you go.
All right. Cryptids, cryptology, crypto finance. Not the same.
Not quite the same.
Cryptidida. So they're not like crawdads.
Could be.
Yeah? Crawdad is a cryptid?
Could be. Well, a type of crawdad, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some kind of crawdad man living out there somewhere.
Something, I'm sure. So cryptids are mythological figures.
Yep.
Essentially, right?
Yeah. Folklore.
Yeah. And so that's what we're going to be discussing today. What's you were telling me earlier about your early days with cryptids and like what you used to with the duende?
Yeah, so duende, he's just this little gnome thing, you know.
Yeah.
But he's like a creepy gnome. He steals clothes, I guess, kind of like Dobby, maybe. I don't know. But he's a little gnome, but a creepy gnome. And
Yeah.
I used to think they were just the idea of it was cool.
Yeah.
He's not very imposing, you know, like a Bigfoot or a werewolf or any of that stuff, skinwalkers and things like that. But
hey, tiny but mighty.
yeah,
Tiny but mighty. Yeah, so it's like some of these are like pretty well-known creepy figures.
yeah,
Right? I grew up with the kukui.
yep.
So like you've been to my grandparents' house,
Mm-hmm.
right? That upstairs, when there was nothing up there, like it was kind of just not used or whatever. My grandma used to tell me that the kukui lived up there, so that way we didn't go up there. But yeah, so
And you took me up there and didn't tell me?
yeah, bro. I was gonna say that was what 20 years ago. We were doing our first ever YouTube ever. 24 hours in Kukui's headquarters.
His headquarters.
But yeah, so I tried to find a beer this week that kind of matched the cryptid theme. And I'm pleased to say that we failed miserably.
Please.
So what I did get, it's still an animal. I don't know if you could call it a cryptid, but we're going to call it an andigator. Andigator from Abita Brewing. And he's got like this, it's this alligator with this like crown on his head. Let's see if I can get ding dong ding. Andigator.
There's most likely also some kind of alligator.
Alligator cryptid, like yeah, Gator Man.
There's lizard man.
Gator Boy.
Yeah.
Florida Sizzler.
I guarantee you there is.
Yeah, so this is Andigator.
Andy Gator. It's a guy that used to be named Andy, and now he's a gator.
Yeah.
That's the cryptid.
That's the cryptid. He
You
got
heard-
bit by a gator, turned into one. Now he's part man, part gator.
You guys seen Andy? Oh, he's a gator now.
Part beer.
Andy Gator.
This is his piss.
I was gonna say his tears.
All right.
And you said this was a what now?
This is, and I'm probably going to get flack for maybe butchering this because here we are doing beer with a buddy. We should know more about beer than we do, but we know nothing about beer.
We're learning.
That's the point of this show, right? This is educational. But it is a Helles Doppelbock. So, I had it pulled up. Let me see if I can go find my Helles Doppelbock.
Helles Doppelbock.
All right, so Andy Gator from Abita Brewing Company, rated an 81, 3.56 out of 5, and it is 8% ABV.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a soul sucker.
Who would have known gator piss could be so potent?
Cheers to Gator Piss, and cheers to Cryptology, Kryptonite,
And Andy.
and Andy.
A little strong.
Yeah.
First little.
First little bit's a little strong. It's actually got a smooth finish though.
Yeah.
It's not bad. We've had worse on the show for sure.
Not bad for my first Oppenheimer.
Yeah, the old Oppenheimer. This one's gonna be a bang. But yeah, before we get into the first segment, which is gonna be a ton of fun and mildly chaotic, we're gonna pull up our sponsors. If you've been following us, we've been going crazy with sponsors. It's actually been pretty cool, to share all these sponsors and stuff like that. Trying to get some of that like brand recognition, really.
Yeah.
Grow the channel. We still, I don't think we have that 10,000 likes. So like that would be nice to like get up to that point, you know. So show some love. These sponsors are helping us out. So the first one is going to be Backwoods. That's backwards. Backwoods Beard Company. Crafted for men who live off the grid or just look like they do. Organic beard oils and balms inspired by legends of the forest. Scent lineup features Pine and Smoke, Whiskey Creek, and Untamed Moss. Backwoods Beard Company. That's a tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast.
Backwoods.
Backwoods.
I can't say it one time slow.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Backwoods Beer Company. Thank you. We'll cheers to that. Get some beard balm. Mine's mildly okay. I can't ever get my beard to just like lay down. Can you?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
It like when it gets to a certain point, it just starts like spidering out.
Yep.
I don't know. It's like I got glass chin or something.
I've got this little spot right here that's like curly, it just grows in a curl, like a swirl, I guess.
So it's like you got a cowlick on your face.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Nice.
And I've even had mine pretty long.
Yeah.
Like an inch and a half long at one point, and it's still just kind of like.
Damn, Daniel.
It was big.
You saw curl in it.
Yeah.
That's probably why it curls, dude. Maybe back in high school you just subconsciously were just like curling that spot.
Maybe.
Because you've had a beard for as long as I've known you. At
Since
least a
about
mustache.
6th
goatee. Yeah. Oh. All right. So, all right. I don't know how this is gonna go. I said we. So we were kind of talking through the show yesterday, and so we're going back to a segment that we did, probably called, the last time we did this type of stuff is what, beer roulette?
Probably, yeah.
So where we had like accents on the board and stuff like that. Well, this time we are doing cryptid impersonations. Yeah, it's going to be a little rough. If you're familiar with the show at all, I have bombed every accent I've tried to do. So Joey was like, what would be a really good idea is if we could imitate these creatures that we have no idea what they sound like. We're just going to make some shit up. So we're going to have some fun with it, guys. We're going to pull up the wheel. It's the Cryptid Wheel of Fear. It's the Fiery Wheel of Mythology. And we've got 8 characters on here. I don't know if we're going to make it through all 8. I'm not going to guarantee that. We'll kind of see where the segment goes. But here's what we're spinning for. We've got Werewolf, the Kukui, the Goat Man. If you're in and around the Cleburne area, you know all about that. Bigfoot, Chupacabra, Mothman, Loch Ness Monster, and Duende. I feel like to get through this segment, I'm going to have to shotgun this beer. How do you shotgun a glass beer, dude?
Do the tornado.
All right. So, rules of the game. Each player will take turns imitating the cryptid they land on when they spin. Doesn't have to be a long imitation, but just
we got to give
us something.
Got to give the audience an idea of what they sound like in case they ever encounter one.
Something like that.
So I'm gonna let you spin first too. By the way,
I'm spinning first.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It is your birthday.
It's not my
It's not,
birthday, but I couldn't be more thrilled. If you could see my face right now, oh, you can.
I see it.
All right. We're just going to jump in because you know what? YOLO. That's a cryptid.
YOLO.
Mothman, of course. So, little description of this character. If you don't know what Mothman is a tall winged humanoid with glowing red eyes, shows up before disasters like a goth guardian angel. Bro, that's kind of my spirit animal. Like, put on some Taking Back Sunday and we'll do this dance. So I've never seen a Mothman, but we're gonna give this a shot. All right. Um, let's see here. I feel like we need like Lauren was saying, the costumes and stuff to like really play this thing out. But
Uh-oh. It's taking flight.
I don't know what I was supposed to do. But I feel like I have a tiny voice.
They predict bad things happening.
Oh shit. There's bombs going on. Kinda.
Yeah.
It's really happening. Why are my eyes so red? My arms getting tired.
You've been swimming for a while.
That's about all I got, man.
I like it. Well, now I know if I'm ever out.
Well, I mean, if he's like a goth guardian angel, that was just kind of like that emotional outbreak at the end, you know? It's like pure brokenheartedness. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long segment. All right, Joey's up, and we're spinning. Do 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 do. Of course, he got the kukui. Hey, the kukui. So, for those that don't know what a kukui is, the kukui, el kukui, is the Hispanic boogeyman. Lurks in closets or under beds, eats bad kids. A bedtime story with trauma. Okay. All right.
All right, let's see here. You're asleep or trying to go to sleep. It's dark in the room. You hear some...
Wrong side. The pillow.
Matthew. Open the door. Did you brush your teeth?
Shit.
You know, that's something like that.
Are you going to eat me? Okay. Did you brush your teeth?
I don't know.
Is it not? No, man, I'm a kid. What the...
Kukui, boogeyman, same concept.
Okay.
There, we had our hallway in my grandma's house.
Mm-hmm.
You would get right there at the edge and try to turn that light off and run through. There was no light in the hallway, so turn that light off and try to run through the hallway before it got dark. I don't know. I was afraid, man. It was gonna get me.
The kukui, man. That's the original boogeyman for us growing up. That was the boogeyman.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got not Nessie.
Nessie.
Dude, what am I supposed to do with a Loch Ness Monster?
You know.
Sheesh. All right. For those that don't know who Nessie is this Loch Ness Monster, long-necked aquatic cryptid from Scotland's Loch Ness. Possibly a plesiosaur. Definitely a lake legend. All right. Well, let's see. I don't know.
You got this.
All right.
Oh, he's getting up.
I gotta get some room here. Hold on. Let's see where this. Let's probably go this direction here.
He disappeared.
Ah! Oh God. almost a Scotland accent. Just put another shrimp.
That is not.
Oh boy,
That was good.
my neck's not long enough, but
That was really good.
you got the idea, right? Pretty much, her head just pops out of the water every now and then. Oh boy,
That was good.
God, I gotta show this to my kids later. All right, coming up next, we've got the Goat Man.
Oh Lord.
Now you're very familiar with this guy,
Let's see what the internet has to say about him.
Goat Man, half goat, cryptid with horns and hooves, spotted in Maryland, Kentucky, and Texas. Screams a lot. Wields axes in some legends. Now the legend in Cleburne is if you go down Old Foamy and you turn your lights off, right?
Yeah.
You turn your car off, he shows up.
You turn your car off, put the keys on top, honk 3 times. When you turn your headlights back on, apparently he appears, and so they say.
Yeah, we should try that live on.
There was also like a rumor, or whatever you want to call it, back in like the 50s, a group of kids or teenagers or whatever, they walked down that road, and they were trying to be quiet, and there was 10 of them, and of course this is like the story starts off one way and ends a completely different. Anyway, there was 10 or 12 kids that walked down the road, and when they got to the end and they were like, all right, we made it, there was like 5 left.
Very good.
So
Yeah. So like the kids just disappeared, huh?
pretty much. So I don't know. It's like one of those things. Is it true? But anyway, so here's the Goat Man for you guys. In case you ever see him, you'll know what he looks like. Horns and screams a lot and wields axes. I think you said. I don't have any axes, but you ready for this?
I'm ready, man. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
There's some horns up here. This is not a laugh. You shall not pass.
This is Lord of the Rings. You shall not pass. Oh man, this guy.
So yeah.
Yeah. Let's give that man a round of applause. I would have like done some like
Oh yeah.
hooves or something.
That
like,
would have been a good idea.
you know, something weird. Oh, just leave that. But yeah, sorry we had some technical difficulties on the screen there. Good Goat Man though.
Thank you.
We got that on camera to cherish it forever. We're down to the final 4.
Okay.
Big Man, Chupacabra, Duende, and a werewolf. Every one of these is a winner, I promise. Bigfoot.
There you go.
What's up, chat? See. If you don't know who Bigfoot is, you're pretty much living under a rock, but let me describe him.
He's the cryptid.
He's a large, hairy, ape-like creature that roams forests. Shy, elusive, but photobombing hikers since the 1800s. He's old, bro. All right. Well, gotta get up for this one again, too. Let me see if I can get off camera. I see that y'all are camping in my forest again. I'm gonna tear you to pieces. And when I find you, I'm gonna feed you to the fishes. And you're gonna live in this dirt. And I might even steal your food. And stop taking pictures of me.
poor guy just wants some damn privacy.
Just wants privacy, man. Take a shower in peace, dog. Down there bathing my ass, and y'all are over here. Look, there's Bigfoot. Come on, man. And that thud was me walking because he's a big dude,
Big feet.
big man,
Bigfoot makes big stomps.
big noise.
Yeah.
All right, here we
I
go.
like it, man. It was good.
Chupacabra, duende, werewolf. Let's see. Ding dong ding da ding dong ding dong ding da ding. Werewolf.
Werewolf.
I was really hoping you were gonna get the Chupacabra because I'm not doing that.
The last two, I'm like, I don't want either one of these last two.
All right.
So, werewolf. He's
Oh yeah. Werewolf. I'm still stuck on
again
this,
though. It's like if you don't know what a werewolf is,
werewolf is a human cursed to transform into a wolf creature, especially under a full moon. Hairy, howly, and hungry. Triple H.
that's where he got his name
It's
from.
time to play the game.
So yeah, so you're at a party, you know, everybody's hanging out, and it's like, guy's just in there, and he like runs outside because he starts getting some itches, and he knows, and looks up, and of course the moon, and he just starts getting big and ripping out of his clothes. That's
Yeah, a little scarier than that. Yeah. That kind of sounds like Roz, bro. She's ready to eat. Oh,
yeah, that's
that cute little werewolf. Meow.
It's a werewolf.
All right, let's roll these last two out and call it a segment. I've got the Chupacabra. Shit.
That's the one you wanted.
Chupacabra is a blood-sucking creature that preys on livestock, either a scaly alien lizard or a mange-ridden devil dog. All right. Oh, boy. Looks like goats over there. I sure could like that goat over there. I think I'm gonna go suck its blood.
That was it.
Right? That's the Chupacabra.
That looked just like the one I saw.
It's pretty spot on. I mean, the only thing that I don't have is the mange, so it's kind of though. I can't get my beard to grow in certain spots. Oh boy, we're canceled.
What do I get?
Oh, you get Duende, bro. I'll spun it anyway. All right, Duende. This is the one that he actually talked about.
Yeah.
And actually, he contributed to this will, so this is perfect for him. Duende is a small goblin-like being from Filipino and Hispanic folklore. Some are helpful. Some will hex your whole week.
So I always knew him as like mischievous and like would steal things.
Okay.
Yeah, like clothes that would get left out, like at the off the clothesline, and toys that were left in the yard. So, and I don't know.
That was just your grandma punishing you, though.
Probably. The wind blew my.
Damn it, Duende.
So.
Ooh, look at that. Some gold.
It's not a. What is that?
Oh, there's some beer left.
Little feet running off? Little feet.
They'll never see us.
All right.
Oh, my God. Oh, tell us how we did, YouTube.
I'll agree to that one.
It was and that is a game we called Play That Cryptid.
But now you guys all know, if y'all are ever out in the woods, especially in Appalachia, because that's apparently where most of these things live, you'll be prepared.
Yeah, I mean, we basically educated an entire world.
Yep.
Or 13 viewers. So, it's an interesting little segment. That was the one, honestly, like, I was dreading the whole show.
Yeah. Well, it's
But it was honestly, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and you did really good.
It wasn't that bad.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah. I wish I was more conversational with it.
It's hard, man. It's so
For
hard.
real, like, what do these things say? Like, I did ask. I cheated. I asked ChatGPT, what does a kukui sound like? Didn't give me anything.
Okay.
Didn't give me anything. Didn't
Nope.
give me anything to go on.
Because nobody knows, not even AI.
And then it was like, I can't create the audio file to give you what he sounds like. I'm like, what kind of help are you? Because I'm perfect at imitating like a real life sound, right? Like you tell me to do a cholo,
Done.
on the leon, but if I don't know what it sounds like, it makes it a little difficult. Speaking of difficult, we're going to go into our next sponsor. Not that they're difficult, but trails are. Hiking, stuff like that. And Trail Tack gear for wherever your feet or hooves, Mr. Goatman, take you. Premium hiking and survival gear trusted by hunters, hikers, and the occasional hair-covered loner in the woods. And by loner in the woods, I mean Bigfoot. All right, Trail Tack gear. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll cheers to that.
For sure.
How you on your beer? Before we jump into our next segment.
About through. We got a little bit left.
Now this next one, guys, y'all are in for a treat. If you made it this far, this is going to be a good one. So we're basically setting up a scene for you. And
Thank you.
grab my beer. All right. Basically setting up a scene for you. Okay. We're going to take turns here. We're setting up a federal agent interrogation. Okay. And we're asking each other questions in this interview. And we're trying to... We're interviewing somebody who, quote unquote, saw a cryptid, right? Bro, what is my camera doing, dude?
It's flashing.
For real. Here, let me stop. Let me double check it. We had a little bit of technical difficulty there. Camera's going out. We're doing a cryptic episode. Cryptic episode.
Something's bound to go wrong.
It's so weird because like the back TV went out, and then a camera went out, and yeah.
And we're 219 episodes in, and this is the first time anything's ever happened. And then we did the cryptid episode. And...
I wonder if like they're offended with our impersonations.
Which one?
How dare you?
They were all pretty spot on, so I don't know which one would have been upset.
Maybe the kukui. All right, but we're gonna jump into the next segment. I know you guys have missed us. So the next segment, we are going to be doing a federal agent interrogation. Okay, Joey and I will go back and forth being the federal agent. We have already kind of decrypted our own episode. Neither one of us know about. And so we have personal interview questions to ask our witness, and they have to answer these questions. Similar to like that interview skit that we did a few episodes back, but this one's going to be about cryptids. Federal agent interviewing a local townsperson on a cryptid that he may or may not have seen.
Because an incident may have happened in the town or village or whatever. Yeah.
We're going to dive into that.
Okay.
All right. So I started the last round. Should I start again, or you want to go?
Whoever, do you want to interview or be interviewed first? I'll let you decide.
I'll you know what? I'll do the interview.
Okay.
I'll start us off.
Sounds
All right.
good.
All right. So, I've already explained the segment. Let me take a little sippity sip here. All right. Chet, we brought you in today. And I just want to verify your Chet. Your name is Chet Hollaback Daniels. Is that correct?
As far as I know, that's
Okay.
what they've been calling me.
Well, Chet, I just want to let you know I'm a part of Beast.
Yeah. Beast.
Okay.
Never heard of you.
Yeah. We're the Bureau of Extra Anomalies, Sightings, and Tracking.
Sounds fancy.
Does that
Sounds
ring a
real.
bell?
Sounds fancy.
Does that
Yeah.
ring a bell?
Does it?
Okay. Well, while we're here, you know, we have reason to believe you may have sighted something.
Yeah.
Is that sound correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, just want to introduce myself. My name
seen
is
some stuff.
Dale Crankshaft.
It's real good to meet you, Dale.
Nice to meet you as well.
Welcome to the town.
Yeah. I once interrogated a lawn gnome for 6 hours. So we
One
could
of
be
them-
here for a while.
One of them Denny's, Denny D's.
Dindwadwees? I don't remember what they call them.
Yeah,
Doddles,
pretty good.
doodles.
6 hours. I don't got 6
Dandies.
hours, but we'll make it work.
You're here until we're through with you. You get that, Chet?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
I've got 5 interview questions for you. We're gonna make this quick and painless, if you can answer them.
Okay.
Okay. First one is, now, Mr. Daniels, describe its gait. More like a mountain lion, or more like your cousin Daryl when he's blacked out at Chili's?
Bro, Daryl. Daryl. It was. You never seen Daryl. I don't imagine you seen him.
Well, we've got files. We're a federal agency. We can look up just about anybody.
So you have seen him.
I've gotten the footage from Chili's, yes, sir.
That's
It's not
him.
a pretty sight.
That's what I seen.
Okay, so now again, I just want to reiterate. We brought you in because you've claimed to several people that you saw a cryptid sighting, correct?
I saw what I saw.
All right. You sure it wasn't your cousin Daryl?
I saw what I saw.
Okay.
I see.
Let's see. Now, did the creature approach you, or were y'all just vibing across the hallway?
I don't want to say it approached me because it looked real finicky.
Mm-hmm.
When
And when you say finicky, Chet, what do you mean?
when I notice him notice me, it kind of put him on notice that we noticed each other, and he kind of like a cat, he did that like a thing
Okay.
popped up,
Like crazy cat, seen
looked
aluminum
around.
foil.
like he was like trying to hide.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't be a vibe, but it was more like I seen him from across the hallway.
From what you just described, it looked like y'all were in a dance battle.
Well, you ever sneak up on a pet cat, and you walk, then he pops up and he does that little thing and stares, and the tail gets real poofy.
It's more resonates better with a little raccoon, maybe, but
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying.
you got files, so you've
Okay.
seen this stuff.
Yeah. All right, Chet, you're doing well. Can I get you a smoke, coffee?
I got
anything?
some. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
got a patch. Quit smoking in '82.
82, Chet. Probably shouldn't still be wearing them patches. You should probably be over that habit at this point.
It's stuck. I can't get it off.
So, now what you saw What made you first think that it wasn't human? Besides the glowing eyes, the growl, and the way it moonwalked into the woods.
What it smelled like. What was hanging out of its mouth.
Okay. Describe that smell. I'm curious to see what this thing smells like.
You ever go on vacation,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you come back home and you've lost power to the freezer?
Yeah, I've
and
been there.
You lose all your meat and
Mhm.
you open that thing up and it just smells like
Dead.
dead. Yeah. That's basically what the thing smelled like.
Yeah.
And what it was carrying in its mouth, I don't know what it was. It was red, like kind of from the distance, it looked like a paint cloth, you know, that you wipe in your hands. It's just like a red, looked like a white cloth, but with red paint all over it. So blood. I don't want to say it was blood.
I just want to verify what you were saying because I caught two different sayings there. You said white claw or white cloth.
Cloth, like
Okay,
a
so
cloth.
he wasn't drinking in the woods.
Not that I know of. He stumbled around a few times, so there's a very good possibility.
So we're
And
still.
let me tell you that I am missing a quarter bottle of my Jack Daniels. My
Okay.
last name is Daniels, and it's a family thing.
Jack's your uncle?
I don't know.
Probably
I
down
just-
the line.
I just noticed the bottle says Daniels, so I know we're family.
So right
So-
now we're still thinking
Yeah.
50-50. It could be your cousin Daryl out there.
Possibility.
Were you under the influence of any substances at the time?
Let me get.
Beer, gas station sushi, inspirational quotes from Joe Rogan?
I can't admit or deny any of those.
Okay.
At this time.
Joe Rogan's got some really good quotes that'll put you to sleep.
I love Joe.
Yep.
Love Joe to death. He's the reason I'm here today, as a matter of fact.
Actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Any reason why you're here today because of Joe Rogan?
Just his inspiration. You just listen to his messages, and it's not what he says or who he brings on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You got to dive deep into it.
So is it Pabst Blue Ribbon that you were drinking? Tell me what Chet prefers outside of Jack Daniels.
Gatorade, man. Gatorade.
Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gatorade made you do it. All right. Well, last question for you.
Okay.
Chet, you've been a real sport here. We've gotten nowhere. But if you had to name this beast for the missing persons report, what would you call it? And why is it Skunk El Diablo?
Well, if I had to name it, and I don't know how the heck you knew that's what I was going to call it. That's what he was.
We know everything.
That's what
We're
he.
a federal agency.
That's what he was. Skunk. He just reminded me of stories from way back when. You know, way back when. I don't even know how old I am. I've been around a long time. I know that, but I remember being a littlein, and I'd sit around the fire with Gramps, and he'd tell us stories about things. And he said there was a devil creature, but he was a quarter Hispanic, so he said El Diablo sometimes.
Was that Oscar?
Yeah, Dominguez.
Yep.
Something like that.
Sounds familiar.
Smoke that big cig. Have you seen him smoke that big? So, and the smell almost like skunk.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
Maybe why his name is Skunk El Diablo.
But he talked. He said, "I'll get you." I think, but it was like the accent, like Pepe Le Pew. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, skunk.
Now, Chet, you're not making any damn sense.
I don't usually
I gotta get down to the nitty gritty here.
talk to me.
It sounds like what you're explaining to me was you ate a bad mushroom, hiking in the woods, and saw your cousin Daryl. I've never heard of a cryptid named Skunk El Diablo.
There's a first for everything. How many times have you been to this part of the world?
Now, Chet, you got a phone, don't you?
No. Yeah. Yep.
And did you happen to take any videos?
I can't figure out all the functions yet. I've been in.
That's funny because I've seen your posts on TikTok.
That was my Samsung. I just switched to Apple. I can't figure it out.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
I'm really thinking about switching back. I can.
Well, Chet, that's about all we got. I appreciate you, Hollaback.
Thanks for this was a lot of fun. You know, if you come back through town, holler at me and we'll get back together and we'll see if we can just hang out.
Chet, you've done a good job here. But I don't think we're ever going to be hanging out.
You know, that's fine. I got a lot of friends too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Tell your cousin Daryl dinner's on me down at Chili's. Okay?
He loves Chili's.
He does love Chili's. Seen him there. 8 days a week. This guy just hunched over, blacked out drunk on Chili's margaritas.
Oh, that's Daryl, man. That's him.
Yeah. He needs help.
I ain't giving it to him. Tell you that right
Get him
now.
some help. Chet, well, appreciate you. Beast out.
Appreciate you. That was the most professional exit of a federal agent I've ever seen.
You know. Oh, boy.
Those were some questions, man.
Oh. You gotta love ChatGPT, man.
I need a drink of my Gatorade.
What do you drink other than Jack Daniels? Gatorade? The oh. Nothing goes better than Jack Daniels and a little bit of lemon lime.
That's my family.
That's my
All right.
All right.
I guess I gotta.
We need one of those like heat lamps.
To bring it real close.
Just
Tell me the truth.
play good cop, bad cop. Yeah.
Damn it, Chet.
Tell me who is Skunk El Diablo. I'm gonna have to like mute that one down a little bit.
You gotta get the full effect.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. We're really trying to hit our Hollywood stride here. So
If you're watching this trying to be quiet at 3 a.m. next to your spouse and you hear,
that's after the fact, bro. We didn't even warn them.
yeah, see? All right. Okay. Ready when you are.
Fire away, buddy.
All right.
Let me know who I am.
Hey, welcome in. Once you have your seat, I'll be with you in just a second.
I'm already sitting down.
Perfect.
Did I look like I was standing?
From back here, it's just hard to tell.
Okay.
I'm Thomas Marie Wadsworth. It's real good for you to come in and meet with us. I know you didn't have to. I know you're real busy and everything, but I'm real happy came in and sat down. I understand you didn't really have much of a choice, but I still appreciate you being here.
Did you say your middle name's Marie?
I didn't pick it. That's just what I got.
Okay.
Okay. I'm with an organization. It's called Chupa. It's top secret organization. I'm sure you already understand why.
Like the Mexican dish?
Chupa. It's
Chalupa. Oh, chalupa. Chalupa.
Chalupa's the Mexican dish that you're probably thinking
Yeah,
of.
so y'all aren't like crispy taco shells.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
It's the organization central headquarters of unusual phenomenons and anomalies. That's Chupa. That's where we got it from, just in case you were ever wondering.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of notes here I want to go over real quick before we get started with the questions. Your name is Eugene Picklewick. Is that correct? Eugene Picklewick?
Yeah, and the pickle is with a K.
Hold on,
Just
My
want to make sure that
assistant
your
didn't. Let me get this fixed up in the
federal
computer. Got it.
documents are correct.
This is all just real new. I mean, everything just came in.
But you can call me Yu.
Is that what they call you, right?
Yeah,
Yu, nickname?
that's usually what they call me, Yu.
Perfect, man.
Yeah.
Yu. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Where'd that originate from, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, back when I was a kid,
Uh-huh.
it just kind of stuck. My dad was like, couldn't remember any of our names. I have 18 brothers. And so you just, you. So that's how he called me. And all my brothers called me that.
Good
And
Lord.
all their friends call me that.
What did he call the other? You? Him, he, they, you. I mean, I don't know. That's
There
crazy.
was a lot of us.
I respect it. That's
Yeah.
dad. And it does say here that you are the town's the rodent fertility doctor. Is that correct?
I tend to contribute to the population. Absolutely.
That's a field that's it takes a special kind of person to get into. I do respect that.
Yeah, we got surgical hands here. Steady hands. We got to insert the embryos into these possums and raccoons.
Right.
And got to ensure that our trash pandas are well populated.
Like I said, I respect it. Takes a lot of different kind of person to do what you do. I respect you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only job I could get with a name like you.
Well, I do appreciate you taking time away from your work. I imagine you're pretty busy.
I've got a possum going into labor later this evening if you want to come watch.
We're real busy.
No, she's going to have a full litter, bro. She's the size of a hippo.
Size of a hippo. That is a big possum. All right, let's get on with this. It says here that you were walking across the street from the clinic when you witnessed this incident. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what unusual sounds or maybe smells you heard when you witnessed this? Smells, sounds, just anything you can think of.
Yeah, I was out there, right? Because it's usually where we find our clients.
Okay.
That we populate. They come out at night, right? Obviously, they're nocturnal animals.
Right.
So I work late shift. Well, there I was, out by the dumpster. And I say, you know what, you beautiful young man, you're doing a good job. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all I heard was, and honestly,
Were you scared?
this late at night, nobody's playing Tejano music in this neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay.
I
get that.
So, at the end of it, you got the yee-yees, and then there was just a...
That either sounded like...
So I don't know if it was like the trash can or whatever just yelled shit himself, but that's what I saw and smelled.
Can you describe the smell at all? Did it smell fruity?
No, it's definitely not fruity. It smelled like fermented onions with like a dash of tahini.
Perfect. That's okay. That's
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
good to go on.
Okay.
Fruity tahini. Just to be clear, we're asking you these questions because we got to we don't like to do it, but we got to profile this to kind of see what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
I know it was dark. There was a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything happen to your belongings, or maybe to the town's? Hold on. My secretary wrote this. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Let me see.
Okay.
Happen to your belongings or to the town's? So did anything happen to your belongings or the town's usual rhythm that you want to talk about?
Is this going to be posted anywhere?
We don't have to. It's just
This is private, right?
It's not. There's a lot of paperwork. If you say that you don't want it posted publicly, there's a lot of paperwork, and I'm
just
do
gonna
it.
let you know, man. This is weird. You're probably not gonna believe it.
Okay.
But after the yee-yees and the My pants disappeared.
That's unfortunate.
Just sucked right off my body.
Okay.
Okay. And so I was like, hell with this possum. I'm running back inside. Right? Nobody wants to be pantless outside. Here's the other issue. It's in my tidy whities.
Yeah.
And I only wear those when I'm doing laundry for my good undies. And so it's a little embarrassing. Okay? So, in my tidy whities, out on the street with this yee creature, and all of a sudden, like, I'm thinking to myself, Eugene, this is the lowest you've ever been.
That's a pretty low point.
Yeah. I know.
So it's late, right? It's pretty late. You're getting off work.
I'd say about 4:30
Yeah, that's pretty late for this town.
in
Is
the
what I hear.
afternoon.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's. So I mean, it was probably pretty lively out in the town.
Unfortunately, which is why I ran back inside.
Did anything else? I mean, the townspeople, did it throw off rhythm, or did it just kind of? Was this an isolated for you kind of thing?
I think it was isolated because everybody kept moving. I'm pretty sure some people were laughing at me. Unless it was the creature's noises.
It's all possibilities. We got to take everything, and there's a lot of notes. This is why we're paid what we're paid, the big bucks, to do this kind of work. It's just a lot of paperwork. Don't worry about that.
Well, y'all are doing a great job, Chupa.
Yeah, you are too. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about the animals in the town? What about the local animals and maybe the children? Did they behave any differently than before?
No,
or
man.
after?
The animals we got are really pregnant right now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, it's really keeping me busy. And the kids, for some reason, and this is the weirdest thing. I'm just going to tell you right now. We're in the middle of July. Okay? Middle of July. Kids are walking around in costumes collecting candy like it's Halloween.
That's very strange.
Isn't that strange?
That's good, though. That's good to know.
Isn't that strange?
That's good to know. I'm going to make a note of that to send
Yeah.
off right away,
I think that
actually.
has anything to do with Yee, man.
Okay, I'm sending that. I can't say right now.
It's weird, right?
It's very strange.
Yeah.
Candy.
That the animals are pregnant.
I've only seen that. Well, the animals, if they're all pregnant, that's one thing. But the candy in July, it's only happened one other time, and I can't get into that. Right now.
Listen here, brother. I've been doing this a long time, and in my business, in heat does not mean July. So the fact that they are all in heat in July, there's something wrong.
So you rodents is your specialty? You think? In your line of work?
Realistically, it's more the nocturnal creatures. But now that I think about it, these things are coming out at 4:30 in the afternoon.
So my next question is real important. I've kind of got an idea of where we're going with this particular creature. Did you notice any of the town's pigeons suddenly start acting like they were maybe planning a secret meeting?
If by secret meeting you mean running into glass, 100%.
Oh boy. Okay.
Just flying straight into everybody's windows. Cars, stores, my little pregnancy clinic for the unorthodox nocturnal creatures.
This is a difficult one here to work.
We're keeping glass companies in business right now. For sure.
Okay. If this cryptid had a favorite snack, now just pay attention to this.
Mm-hmm.
This is real important too. If the cryptid had a favorite snack, what do you think it would have been based on the information that you've seen? The things I've told you, and why wouldn't it be cupcakes?
Well, it ain't cupcakes, but it's a cake of some sort because he took my pants off.
Yeah.
He's definitely into my cakes. Nobody goes, yee, and then rips somebody's pants off, not into some cakes.
Yeah.
So, Y'all are spot on with that one.
If you had to guess, then what would his favorite? What would you say his? Because this is gonna make or break this case.
Mm.
If you can tell me what his favorite food might be, if it's not cupcakes, because this whole time I was thinking cupcakes.
Yeah, no, I think it's cakes, booty cakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is far more serious than we initially
I'm gonna let you know
thought.
right now. I did not consent, which is why I ran inside. Man took my pants. I don't even know if it's a man.
It's not. I'm gonna be right up front with you, and I am gonna ask you from here forward to wear a belt.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Do you own any padlocks? I'd lock them up around your waist just to make sure nothing can pull them. Just from, it sounds like this is isolated. None of the other.
Nobody else's pants flew off.
Doesn't sound like it. I haven't got any other reports yet. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a few notes, make a few phone calls. I'm actually gonna see if you can stick around. You got time to stick around for another couple hours or so?
Mr. Marie, I just want to let you know, like, I've been working on these cakes a long time. I can understand why he was interested. But guess what? I'm not interested.
Well, we gotta to make sure we figure out what this is and how to deal with it. We're gonna bring in a sketch artist, and we're gonna have to sit you down, and you're gonna have to try your hardest to tell us what you saw, and we're gonna show you the picture in a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit, and then you can tell us if this was it.
It was dark, but I'll try my best.
Okay, that's all we can do. That's all we can do is get your best.
I'm gonna need another beer.
I do appreciate you visiting it with me. You'll meet with my partner here in a little bit.
Yes,
sir.
Thank you, Lieutenant Marie.
Lieutenant Marie. I'd rather Thomas.
Thomas.
Marie's, I used to get beat up a lot, really. So, thank you for coming in.
Appreciate you.
One of the other guys gave me this Gatorade. So.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Lost your damn pants.
You dog. Impregnating nocturnal animals and losing his pants. You. All right, man. Tell me where you're at with this beer so far.
I like it. It's a little bit stronger, than I like. Like when I first took the sip, it almost like hit me kind of like a stout.
Yep.
And I say that because I only had a couple of stouts, so
yeah.
Like the initial
flavor punch.
Initial punch, yeah, was a little bit rough, but so far, it's kind of it's not.
It's growing on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It almost has like the flavor and the strength of like an IPA, but like I'm loving the finish. Like the finish is smooth.
Yep.
Like an IPA sits with you, right? You can taste the hops. It's very hoppy.
Mm-hmm.
But this has been pretty pleasant.
For a beer that's a little bit higher than like a traditional beer is the APV or whatever.
It's almost double.
It's not, but it's not like sometimes that stronger stuff. It doesn't taste very good.
Yeah.
Like that Stone Cold stuff that we had.
It's like rubbing alcohol.
It's bad, but this is good.
Cool. In our next sponsor, for the night, this is a good moment to kind of pivot into our sponsorship. Strange Airwaves Podcast Network. Now, this was one of the first networks that reached out to us about streaming our podcast.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't know, we take all of the videos that we put on YouTube and we separate the audio. We still put them out in podcast format. What we want from you guys is to watch it on YouTube. But this network has been amazing. So we're going to give them a little shout out. Strange Airwaves Podcast Network. Real stories, real strange. Go-to source for conspiracy lovers, cryptid hunters, and UFO romantics. Now featuring Cold Feet, a Sasquatch love story. So they do a lot of good work. When we reached out to them about doing our cryptid episode, they were like, that's right in our wheelhouse.
Yeah, but they wanted more of like, they thought we were, because of the show that we
Strictly.
pitched, they
Yeah.
thought we were more like strictly,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily.
But the plus side is that they sponsored this show.
yeah.
Right? So, like, we're putting them out there. They're going to help put us out there. It's a really good little partnership.
They said that they were going to put some snippets of our show on Dave and Jen's epised
Oh, yeah.
their next episode, maybe to
Yeah.
try to get our.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's that Bigfoot, the cold feet
Mhm.
episode.
It's real cool. I didn't expect it, but it's cool.
Yeah. So, well, I'll cheers to them. Strange Airwaves Podcast Network. Thank you.
Here's to you.
Cheers, cheers. All right. So, our last segment, we're really going to tie this thing up with pretty much what we've been discussing all episode,
Mm-hmm.
is the cryptids. Obviously, you guys just saw us do our interviews. The last segment is going to be similar to our tattoo segment from last week, right? And if you haven't seen our tattoo segment, go over there, shoot us some likes. But we're going to do a little segment called Sketch Artist. We've been interviewed by this federal agency about a cryptid. We've had the questions. Now we're going to describe what we saw. And the agent is going to draw it, right?
The town's guys. The agent, the
Yeah.
town guys,
Is describing it.
Yeah,
And
so
the agent, the
sketch artist.
sketch artist is going to draw it.
He's a member of Flame.
Flame?
Flame, is that what?
No, mine was Beast.
Oh, Beast. That's right, Beast.
Beast out.
Beast out. That's right. Yeah, so a member of Beast and a member of Chupa will be
Drawing some cryptids.
Yeah.
So this one will not be up for consideration for tattoos. But if you want to contribute to our 10,000 likes on our last episode, hit up the last episode and Joey and I might actually get that tattoo done.
Yep.
All right. Well, buddy, here is some paper to get us started. And
I will need a pluma or a boligrapho.
we're going to give you that pen. Just make sure it works there. You know, because we're low budget here. We've got like a jar
Got it.
full of pens.
We're good.
I feel like that should be like a pop song. Got a jar full of pens in my left side pocket.
There's nothing original anymore. I bet that's a lyric in a song.
Jar full of pens? Probably. Miley Cyrus did it.
Probably.
And I put my hands up, my pen is going down.
You're good.
Right? Did I nail that?
You're good, you.
You're good. You.
you. How many times can you say you in one?
You.
All right. Do you want to draw or describe first?
You go ahead and describe. I'll draw.
Okay.
I think you did first on the tattoo last week.
I don't even remember, but yeah, we'll go with it.
All right.
What was my name? Chet.
Chet.
Okay.
Yeah. Chet Hollaback Daniels.
I ain't no Hollaback. Chet.
So, Mr. Hollaback Daniels. Chet, is it?
Sir?
Now, previous agent went over all the questions with you.
Mm-hmm.
All we need to do here is I need you to describe to me what exactly you saw in the most vivid detail that you can.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
I know it's painful. It hurts.
Okay.
But I'm going to need you to set feelings aside because we need to catch this thing.
I'll do it for my family,
All right.
for my cousin.
And Chet, you spell that Xian?
You know what? You're the first one to ever get it right.
All right. I just want to make sure that I'm putting
That's
the right
incredible, man.
name. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Cool.
All right, man. So, how do you want me to start this? You want me to just go with it? Do you want to?
The most notable feature that you can remember and work your way up.
The smell.
Okay. How do I draw smell?
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay.
Yeah, that's a little difficult. Okay, I'm just going to write fart.
Probably the most visual was the eyes. Start with the eyes. Let's go there. Okay.
What do those eyes look
Big
like?
eyes.
Okay.
Real like round eyes.
Okay.
Had real like bushy eyebrows.
Okay.
Like abnormally bushy, I'd say. And the eyelashes were really, really long for some reason.
Okay.
So that's the eyes. The nose was unproportionate to the head. I'll say that. It was real small.
Okay.
It was like a sunk in and looked just almost like a skull, just sunk in and like a couple holes. I don't know how it was, I don't know how it was, how he smelled anything. But anyway, the mouth. We'll get to the mouth. He had, vampires, how they have those two big teeth right there?
Oh, yeah.
He had those, but all of his teeth were like that.
So all of his teeth were canines.
Yeah, big, sharp ones.
Okay.
And they were dripping with like this substance. I can't tell you what it was exactly, if it was blood or slime or ooze or something, but he was dripping some stuff. It could have just been slobber.
Okay.
The ears, he had some ears. The left ear was real big and kind of floppy.
Okay.
And the right ear was the same, but it almost looked like it was chopped. Like he maybe had gotten a fight at some point. Kind of weird that it looked like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What would you say the shape of his head was?
Shape of the head was almost like a football. I would say real close to a football. That same kind of shape.
Okay.
Is that the right word?
I think so.
Shape.
Yeah.
Do y'all use shape in y'all's agency?
We use it's more of like a French term.
Okay.
Chape. Yeah.
We don't do that down here.
Yeah.
Shape. Chape. So it was like a football chape.
Okay.
And as far as the head, that's pretty much it.
Any hair?
The hair, I was going to get to that. The whole body. The head was real short hair, but it was coarse. Have you ever burned like your hair, like with a lighter on accident? It's like crispy.
First off, you don't burn your hair on accident. You do it as game. But yeah, crispy hair.
Yeah, that's what his face looked like.
All right. Fringed hair all over.
And his body, he had, this is just torso and arms, real curly hair. This thing was muscular though, man. He was real strong looking. Like it was a 6-pack, but more than 6.
I'm going to let you know right now.
How many is more than 6 if you have a 6-pack in the gym world?
An 8-pack would be.
Apex?
8-pack? Yeah, so like 2 more than a 6.
2 more than 6 is usually, yeah, that's 8 pecs. Well, no, he had 8 pecs is what I'm trying to say. 8 pecs.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, but real strong, though.
Which means he had 8 nipples.
Yeah, so it might not have been a he. Now that I think about it.
Bunch of udders for sure.
But did look real strong. Looked like he could pick up a station wagon for the most part. It looked real big, real strong. His hands, he had big old hands, but fat fingers, which is weird.
Yeah. It's usually the case in these strong guys here.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned about the torso, about being real furry, real hairy.
Yep.
You got that so far?
I'm following for sure.
Okay. Are you ready to move down to the bottom? because of the
I'm actually gonna have to flip this page over because as a sketch artist, we usually just draw the head.
oh.
Yeah, but you know we'll keep going.
Oops.
No, you're good. We got fat fingers and big biceps, hairy torso. Let's keep. There's a big old guy. He's got 8 nipples.
Let me grab some of my Gatorade real quick.
It's a lot of hair going on here, and I just want to make sure that I'm really capturing the spirit of this animal that you
Yes, sir.
said you saw.
Right. Yes, sir.
You know, big hands.
He did have a big hand.
They almost look like broccoli, but all right.
Bottom.
Bottom half.
Just real David Hasselhoff, Baywatch, is the vibe I was getting from this creature. Real smooth legs, no hair, which was weird.
Because the rest of his body had hair.
But swim trunks, man, swim trunks on this freaking beast. Swim trunks.
That's weird. So he's an impossible amphibian.
You're the expert. You guys over there at Beast, y'all know this stuff. Never seen nothing like this.
Yeah.
And other than no hair, the swim trunks, the only other thing was the feet, man. The only other thing was the feet.
What's wrong with the feet?
Nothing wrong with them. I ain't judging nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They looked weird.
Yeah. Yeah, they sure do.
He had flip-flops.
Okay.
Bunny flip-flops. Bunny flip-flops.
Okay. That's honestly that's a common thing.
He didn't have any toes, though. That's what I'm saying. He didn't have any toes. How do you keep flip-flops on if you don't have toes? That's what I'm getting at.
So no toes. No toes, flip-flops.
Bunny flip-flops, man. No toes.
This is actually pretty unorthodox. We've really never seen anything like this unless it was on vacation. So
I was gonna ask, but I didn't think I could, tell us any information. It's just you never seen nothing like this.
no, man. I think that you and Daryl,
Daryl, that's my cousin, Daryl.
you and Daryl have been hanging around Chili's too long, but we're gonna do our best here. I'm gonna show you a picture of this sketch. You let me know if this is what you saw. Okay. Don't forget to flip it over because his feet and stuff are on the back.
Oh, God bless America. That's it, man. That is it. Those ears. I'll never forget those ears. He was... Look at them eyebrows, man. The only thing, man, that was a little bit different was that football's the wrong direction. That's like a John Elway spiral. We're thinking more of Troy Aikman is what I would say. But
It's a wounded duck.
Man, that's it. Let me see them bunnies. This is exactly him. Y'all ain't gonna have no problem seeing this guy. He's out there.
And where did you say you saw this guy?
Where?
Yeah.
He was just out. Right behind Chili's.
Does that station wagon look correct?
That's the manager's station wagon.
There's his feet.
Look at those bunnies. You see those bunny slippers? How do you keep them slippers on with no toes?
with no toes.
How do you climb trees?
Well, Chet, I appreciate you hollering back. And I can understand why you were scared when you saw this beast.
Look how happy he is with those teeth.
The big old eyes. I'm losing sleep as we speak. And I'm awake.
You know.
Oh man, that's
what I saw.
this is the first problem right here. All right.
He had a big old head like that and little bitty legs.
With no hair.
Have mercy.
Oh my gosh.
I will say. I lost my pen. There it is. All right.
Oh, we're going to flip the script here. And we're describing. What are we describing?
Your cryptid. You saw a cryptid. You did see one. So they say.
I did. There's no they.
Now did you... Okay, let's get into this. Hello, you. I'm real sorry to keep you waiting. I was talking to Thomas back in the back, and he was telling me a few things.
It's a little longer than 2 hours.
We're doing our best here.
Yeah,
we really are.
Yep.
This is not something to play with.
No,
it's you can't rush these
something
things.
That wanted to play with me.
That's why we're trying to figure out what this is. Just be patient with us. We're doing the best. Our resources are low. I want to ask you first off, did you see the whole creature, or is it more of just a facial thing, or what are we working with?
I mean, he was across the street.
Okay.
Under a street light.
Okay.
Pretty sure I saw the whole thing.
That's what we need here.
Okay.
I want to start with the head. Let's kind of start with the head. Remember, this is the best you can do.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong answers here.
I understand.
Just kind of give us what you can.
It was super dark.
Okay.
Let me remind you. Super dark. It was 4:30. Okay.
Y'all hear that?
In the afternoon. And I didn't understand why the sun was red. Okay. But his head, and I don't know if it was the glare or what was going on, but I'm not going to lie to you. It looked like a laundry basket with buck teeth.
The shape of the head, kind of like a laundry basket?
Like a laundry basket.
Okay, let me see.
A round laundry basket with buck teeth. You ever seen like a rabbit?
Let's go with the buck teeth, the mouth. Let's start with that. Got the shape, kind of shape. The buck teeth.
Yeah.
Is there any other teeth?
Just the buck teeth.
That's all you could see?
That's it.
Okay.
It was dark.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Let's move up then. Let's go next.
Physical features in terms of like eyes and stuff. The left eye, bigger than the right eye.
Okay.
And I've never seen anything like this. But the right eye had two pupils.
That is...
And the left eye was cross-eyed.
You boy. Okay. And were they more round, would you say?
I'd say they're round. Yeah. Yeah. Like regular eyes, but the right eye had two pupils. like a student in school, pupil.
I'm pretty familiar with what a pupil is,
Okay.
student or otherwise.
Yeah.
What about the nose? Can you
The
tell
nose?
me anything about the nose? I know it was dark, it's far away.
Let me tell you. Okay. Imagine, if you will, Pinocchio, right? But like break it in half. So like,
When he tells the lies.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
yeah. It almost looked broken. And his ears, they look like two bats. Both ears just look like bats.
Like the creature.
Like a creature bat.
If anybody would know, I know that you, from what I hear, you're the rodent
Yeah.
nocturnal fertility specialist. So that's your specialty, correct?
We've impregnated many bats. I know a bat when I see it, and he had two bats on the side of his head.
Very interesting.
Right? Here's the funny part. He didn't have a beard, didn't have hair on his face, other than a small strip of hair down the bottom lip to his chin. Almost like an airstrip.
Right under the buck teeth, right?
Right under the buck teeth.
Did it go very far down past the chin? Did you remember?
No, just to the chin. Yeah. And this, I'm positive of this. I saw that.
Okay, and nothing on top of the head that you remember? We're good there?
Well,
No much hair on the face? Nothing that
not a lot of hair on the face,
Okay.
but he did have like hair. You remember Fabio?
Not familiar, maybe.
Okay. So Fabio, or just think rock star
Okay.
standing in front of a fan with his hair blowing back. Just long hair blowing backwards.
Oh, Lord, this is a... Did you mention any of this to Thomas at all?
Well, he didn't ask me the features of the creature.
Yeah, that's really not his specialty. That's
Yeah. Does he have any specialties?
Thomas. No,
Yeah,
don't tell
'cause
him I said anything.
The interview didn't seem to yield any particular specialties, but he did a good job.
He tries his best.
Yeah.
If you ever get in a chance to get back in the room with him, offer him some Gatorade, but
Mhm.
mix it with Jack Daniels. I don't know if you're real familiar with Jack Daniels or Gatorade.
Actually, this guy down at next town over, his name's Chet. He loves the same mix.
Chet's a really good guy. He's
And the crazy thing is, he also ran into something weird this week.
we've been pretty busy this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This dude saw somebody in a bikini. The bottom half. Isn't that bananas? Imagine David Hasselhoff's legs
banana hammock.
on a hairy beast.
That's incredible. All right, we kind of got the head from let's move on to the torso.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, it was dark. I understand. Let's move on to the torso.
Have you ever seen boobs?
A time or two.
Okay.
You? Yes, I have.
Well, this creature had 3 of them. Not where you think.
Okay.
It had 2 regular ones,
Right.
but then one around the belly button. It was weird.
That is very strange. Okay.
You know how they say freaks come out at night?
I've heard that term.
That's this thing, whatever it was, came out at 4:30.
And then just right around the belly button.
That-
Kind of
not-
down
not-
that same area.
Not
you
right
think?
around. It was just right there. Boob. Belly booby.
Tell me a little bit about the arms, if you can.
Yeah, this is weird. And I know, like, I say that a lot with this. But this is weird. The right arm,
Okay.
super muscular. It looks like he deadlifts a couple of buses a day. But the left arm looked like a chopstick. I wonder if he eats like sushi that way. Very skinny. Had a hook at the end.
Oh my goodness!
I know. Now imagine seeing this at night. And by night I mean 4:30.
Anything around the abdomen? Was he muscular at all? Did he have?
I wouldn't
You
say
just picture that third boob. Is that pretty much what you remember?
that's a lot of what I remember. It might have been pierced.
Then the boob.
The boob. Yeah. Oh, I also remember. It had this small little marking on the right side. Kind of like a triad symbol.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you got a blue pen.
I don't. It's just black and white.
Okay. But they just had like one of those triads in blue. You can just put the words blue, probably. That's important. In the legs, let me tell you, the bottom portion of this creature, the legs, one was a peg leg, and one had a foot with 8 toes.
8 toes.
Regular legs, though, not muscular.
Can you tell me before we
And
get
it only had hair on the kneecaps.
just on his kneecaps?
Just on the kneecaps.
Can you tell me? Did he have any? Was there any clothes that you noticed? Was it just
No, bro.
naked, more
This-
or less?
Yeah, this was a beast. It wasn't dressed for dinner. It wasn't dressed for an interview. It wasn't even dressed to meet the parents. This thing was out for blood. Hairy kneecaps and all.
Did you notice any appendages?
No.
In other words, male or female? Could you tell anything?
No, you couldn't tell. I think it was a he, she. She, he. Shim, if you will. On the feet, forgot to tell you about this part. And I say feet in plural, but he obviously had a peg leg.
Mm-hmm.
But one foot, it almost looked like he was wearing an Ugg. Like the little house boot.
And you could see his toes through the Ugg.
Absolutely. Hairy toes.
Yeah, they.
Were so hairy. And the toenails were like 3 feet long.
That is incredible. On all 8. Huh?
And that's about it. That's the creature.
All right. You. Listen. First off, I want to say thank you for sticking around. From what Thomas said, you're a very busy man, doing a lot of important work for the community. It's a blessing what you do. Hold your excitement when you see this. If this is what you saw, let us know. If it's not, we can figure it out another time for us to come in and get a different artist to come in.
Okay.
Let me.
Oh,
You. There you are. There you are. He's not. You're in a safe place, okay? You're in a safe place. Don't you worry.
This is him. Three boobs and all. It's like I'm living the moment all over again.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that two people eye looking at?
You? Did you come in with pants?
I think he took them. The hook, spot on. I've never seen a cleaver this accurate. And the peg leg. I mean, this is your guy. This is your guy. Like, we know what we're looking for.
This is a rare creature. This is only the second known spotting.
What would you say you call this guy?
We don't have any.
You don't have a name.
Listen, I appreciate you coming in. We'll have our people call you.
Call your people. Well, Chet said that y'all already had a name for his skunk El Diablo.
I'm going to get you to look into this light right here. Hey, how are you?
How'd I get here?
Don't worry about that. You wandered in. You had an episode. Your name is Eugene. A lot of people call you Yu.
I remember that.
Okay.
My dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna escort you back. I don't know how you got here. We found you at Chili's with Daryl
Okay.
and Chet. They're just you're.
I like that Cajun chicken pasta.
So we gotta. Can you help Daryl or Eugene out? Yeah, Daryl's waiting for him in the parking lot.
Did y'all tell them that I like my chicken medium rare?
You'll be able to tell him that. Yes.
You out. We're so stupid. Oh.
Lord have mercy.
Well, if you didn't get a good look at these guys, this is kind of what I described. Look like he got a Swiss Army knife on his foot.
Those are some big ass toenails, man.
And then this is what Joey described. A hairy vampire teeth man. And by the way, you spell Chet Xian.
It's the only way.
It's the only way. Well, we're going to wrap this show up. I've got one more sponsor to introduce. And this one is a good one. It's perfect for mornings. Campfire & Co. Coffee Company. Bold enough to wake up the dead or summon one. Small batch roasted beans with a kick as strong as Wendigo's stare. You know that cryptid?
Oh yeah.
Wendigo? It's got quite the stare rub. So, you can try the new roasted blend, mysteriously dark and unnaturally good. Campfire & Co. Coffee Company. Appreciate you guys.
Drink to that. Thank you
We
for
will drink to
being
that.
our. I don't know where we're at now with sponsors, but
I'm pretty sure that's around 15 sponsors.
they're rolling in.
So, that being said, got to figure out which camera I'm looking at here.
Yeah.
That being said, if you would like to be, I guess, shouted out as a sponsor, hit us up. Let us know. Keep the emails rolling in. We appreciate all you guys. You know.
Final takes, Matt. Final takes on this beer, as if you were drinking it, as you.
Well, this is a beer that I would drink when I'm delivering 18 possums. Possum coons. You ever seen a possum coon?
A little hybrid, huh?
They're just mixed breeds. Sometimes, they're running out of things.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So it's like they're like, oh man, that raccoon looks pretty dang good right now. Couple of yeehaws later, and we got us some coonisms, possum coons.
So to dumb it down, you like it.
I'd rate this a 7.5.
All right.
What about you, Mr. Hollaback?
You know what, man? You take this and you take a few drinks before your Gatorade and Jack. Get right past the Paps. This is a good beer. It's right in the middle of them four. Gatorade, Jack, and Paps. On the higher end, I like it. Smooth. Got a punch at the beginning. Smooth at the end. Just like Muhammad Ali. It's an 8.
8. I'll take it.
88-0. Just like his record.
Float like a butterfly, sting like an andigator, they say.
It's a good beer. It's a pretty good beer.
Honestly, it's not a bad beer. Honestly, I was thinking like 8% it'd be wild.
Yeah. For the initial hit from that very first drink,
Super strong.
I wasn't expecting much out of it, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
All right. There you have it, folks. This is our cryptid episode with Andigator Beer. I'm Matt, and this is my buddy
Chet.
Buddy Chet. You. Beast out.
Beast out.